And New Zealand plans to introduce compulsory plain packaging on cigarettes, becoming only the second country in the world after Australia to implement the measure. Under the new legislation, tobacco branding will be removed from packs and replaced by graphic health warnings. New Zealand has already increased cigarette taxes and insists retailers hide packs below the counter. Well, Asia branding expert Martin Roll joins me now live from Seoul. Now, Martin, welcome. Just tell us, how effective would such a measure be, and will it actually stop people from smoking?
I don't think at the outset it's going to stop people from smoking, but it's surely going to be less appealing for the brand users, because one key reasons why people choose brands is that they use brands to form their own identities. So it's not going to fully stop them, but when you're out in society and you use like blank packaging with a lot of health warnings, it's actually sending the wrong signals.
Right. And do you think this will be quite damaging to the tobacco companies? Because they certainly weren't happy about this, were they?
No, but I think they are getting used to it. Over the last 5 or 10 years, you have seen a lot of similar measures worldwide where governments, health authorities have been warning the public about the dangers of smoking. And in effect, the tobacco companies don't really have many marketing channels left. And probably one of the only channels that were left for them were the brand exposure on the packaging, because it's not allowed to have billboards, and the traditional marketing means it's very, very restricted to be a tobacco brand marketeer.
And so where does this all stop, Martin? I mean, will we put a plain packaging on alcohol, soft drinks as well?
I think there might be certain efforts to do that, but I also believe in the free choice. Deep down, the reason why people want to have brands is it limits their risk, it gives them choices, it's a way for them to position themselves in society. If you're going to end up having a lot of blank products which will be non-branded in society, I think it's going to be less effective. It's going to be much, much harder for consumers to make choices. So even though we might at the outset think it's a good idea, I think it's not something that's going to work in the very end. It's going to be a very plain, a very blank, a very white world, and I think deep down consumers do not want that.
Now, you act as a consultant for many companies to push their brands. How important is brand then in this day and age?
Branding is becoming more important. I think it's one of the most important things for businesses and for people out there in society, because there are so many choices, there's so much technology, there are so many messages, there's so much going on in society. One key anchor and light tower for me as a consumer is to select brands. So I think compared to just 5 or 10 years ago, it is becoming much, much more important these days to build very strong brands.
We'll have to leave it there. Martin Roll there in Seoul. Thank you very much for joining us.